Ted Bundy thing that's been going on?
Ted Bundy movie.
Yeah.
Is that recent news? Didn't that happen like a while ago?
Yes, but it just came out. The movie just came out. That's why, like, I was gonna make a video about Ted Bundy, when the controversy happened. But I was like, let me just wait till like the second trailer drops. There was no second trailer. It just went straight to the release movie. But people were outraged because they thought that Zac Efron was making Ted Bundy look like, I don't know how, like, appealing, yeah, like a good person in a way. But then he had to go and say like, no, that's not what's gonna happen and all of that. But I think I got the trailer right here, so that you can
Is the
see
movie's not out yet?
No, it's out. It's on Netflix. I haven't watched it yet. But I'm going to.
That guy's been staring at you all night.
What do you say we get out of here?
What is it about this guy? When I feel his love, I feel like I'm on top of the world.
Yeah, you give me your opinion, what you think about it.
I must be lost. That will shock you beyond your worst nightmare. I am innocent. You don't actually believe this garbage, do you?
It's in all the papers, Ted.
Monkey! Oh!
How did his name get on that suspect list?
That looks good. I'm down. I'm watching this.
I want to come see you.
I was really hoping you'd say that.
This case is about catching a monster.
They got the guy from
I
Big
know.
Bang Theory. Jim Parsons, right?
Is that his name?
I think that's his name.
Riding on thin ice, partner.
The media has convicted Ted before he's had his day in court.
I'm gagged, and you're not.
I wonder whether he did it or not.
I'm more popular than Disney World.
Did you do these things?
Absolutely not. Let me get back to plotting my escape here.
So people were like, they were mad that they thought he was gonna try to be like appealing, you know.
Yeah. I'm a fan.
And-
It looks pretty good. Like,
Yeah, and the thing is, I think like it died down a little bit because they said that a lot of the reviews said that that wasn't the case, that it was fine.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are saying that now that it's actually come out. And
people were just outraged because
yeah, they thought that they were trying to make a serial killer like look good, but like no, you guys got to remember, like this is what they were saying, that you got to remember he was a monster. He like killed a bunch of people. And another argument that people had is like he was described as a charismatic person. Like when he was in court, I don't even think he had a lawyer. I think he what is it called when you do it to when you just you're your own lawyer basically.
I don't even know.
Fuck it. Well, yeah, but they said that he was like charismatic, and in real life, this dude is ugly. By the way,
Is he actually?
yeah, he's actually pretty ugly.
Nothing like Zac Efron.
I think I got some pictures here that I can show you. Yeah, nothing like Zac Efron, bro. Look at this. Look at this dude.
Looks more like Mark Zuckerberg.
Like, what?
Nah, yeah, no.
And they're saying he was handsome and like hot and stuff. They really, I mean, they're trying to go with that for Zac Efron, sure. But look at this dude. This dude looks like a serial killer.
Yeah.
Like, is this what hot was in the 70s? Like, what the this dude?
What year was he from? The 70s?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was in the 70s that this all happened. I might really, I think I probably got that super wrong, but.
Did they have a number for how
I'll
many
check
people he like murdered?
Oh my God, yeah. I think I wrote it down here. No, I didn't. But I have the link to it.
Okay.
So I think there's like only a few of.
That picture's not that bad. He
There
kind of
were-
looks like he's.
It looks like in the movie.
Yeah, yeah.
the
Like I
hair.
could see why they would call him handsome from that picture.
But there's only like a few victims that they could actually prove
Oh yeah.
that he did.
And it was all women.
I think it was, yeah, mostly
Damn.
women. That's why he was, because of the fact that he was charismatic and all. That's how he lured them in.
Damn.
I think he was like just, leading them on and then ended up just killing them.
Bro, 18 years old.
Yeah, bro, that's wild.
Dang.
Yeah, I
That's
think
a lot of women. You're still scrolling, man.
exactly, and they think that I think it's only like 33 or something that they can prove,
Really?
and I think they estimate that it's
Only
over
33.
Yeah, I know, but the thing is, like, they think that he may have been responsible for like
Bro,
over
he's just
200
going
or
state
something
to
like that.
state. Florida. That's crazy.
Yeah, I can't wait to actually watch the movie because I don't really know that much about him. So
Yeah, me neither.
like, I've heard his name here and there, but I never really
Probably
bothered to
watched
look
the
into
movie
it.
before we, talked about.
Yeah, I forgot to yesterday, but I ended up watching like 3 movies with my little brother, so I was all movied out. But yeah, so a lot of people were like saying like, remember the victims and all that. Like, that's why they didn't want Zac Efron to make this like a whole appealing
Yeah.
outtake on the character.
Oh yeah, no. He's hurt. He's ugly.
Oh, this is the Netflix one. So they actually released the Ted Bundy tapes around the same time that the trailer released. Yeah, so they did their own thing on Ted Bundy as well, and this is what it is. I didn't watch this either, but maybe I should have.
I can. A person of this type chooses his victim for a reason. Possession, control, violence.
There was something unique about Ted's brain. He talked in terms of a voice in his head, and this voice would start saying things about women.
He had very blue eyes. When he really got going, his eyes went absolutely black.
Murder leaving a person of this type hungry, unfulfilled, would also leave him with the obviously irrational belief that that the next time he did it, he would be fulfilled. And the next time he did it, he would be fulfilled. Or the next time he did it, he would be fulfilled.
Theodore Bundy has escaped, suspected of dozens of sex killings in Washington State, Idaho, Utah, and Colorado.
I think things are going to work out. That's about all I can say.
Bundy is acting as his own lawyer. What is unusual to see is that many of the onlookers are women. Are you a little scared when you look at him?
He just doesn't look like the type to kill somebody.
Serial killer Theodore Bundy has...
Like, what? He looks exactly like the type to kill somebody.
Charming, good-looking, smart. Are you sure you have the right guy?
70s though, they were probably thinking, oh, who looks like a guy to kill somebody.
He looks like a normal guy,
I guess.
70s.
I guess everyone does. Until, hey, it was the day before my birthday.
This looks awesome.
But this dude was crazy. This dude, like, to be your own lawyer, the balls you gotta have to do that. Like, what I think it was that he's gotten away with just being charismatic for so long, just killing women and stuff. Like, I think he was like, I'll just do the same thing, I'll just be charismatic with all these freaking judges and jurors and shit.
Thought he could get away with it.
He most definitely thought he could get away with it. And here's an article that I don't even remember.
And they proved what, 30? 30 cases?
33, yeah. Something like that. I think this article might be the thing that talks more into it.
I don't know. I think I'm gonna watch the movie before I judge the movie.
Yeah. It looks good. It looks like a good movie. Like, there have been horror
Trailer was
movies and
definitely enticing.
It's weird because there's been worse scary like worse serial killer movies. Saw, for instance.
Right. But that's not based off of
It's not based on a true story. That's where the outrage came from.
Are there any serial killer movies based on besides that one?
The Zodiac.
Zodiac?
Yeah, with Robert Downey Jr., Jamie Foxx. I think they had a pretty good cast. I didn't watch that though.
Mark Ruffalo? Was it Mark Ruffalo in there?
I think it might have been in there.
Yeah.
But,
Avengers. Endgame.
Yeah, bro. Endgame was. I still keep thinking about it.
Yeah.
Bro.
Should we talk about Endgame?
Spoiler alert.
We should talk about Endgame.
A little bit.
It's. Whew. I want to talk about the plot holes about it. Chris Evans played Captain America. He went back and became old. But if you remember, Professor Hulk said that time travel doesn't work like that, and it's when you do go back in time, you're into a different, almost like a different dimension, into a different.
Yeah, you create a different time.
Right. So how would Captain America come back?
So the Russo brothers actually have been explaining a bunch of these plot holes. This is what they claim. I still think it's a plot hole because it's stupid, but this is what they say. They say that the way time travel works, right? They can spend as much time in the past as they want, right? And then come back at like pretty much the same time. So what Captain America did was he went back and spent his time with Peggy and just grew old there, but he still jumped back. But the thing is, he didn't jump at the machine. He had jumped at the bench. Basically, like
He
because
jumped at the bench. How does that?
exactly.
You don't have the machine. You can't do it.
That's the whole thing. And so like they were just saying that I don't think they said this. Like I don't think the Russo brothers said this, but people were saying that was really more for the audience, for the dramatic effect. But they're saying that he didn't. It's not a. They say it's not a closed time loop, that he just jumped back.
Okay.
But after spending a lifetime.
No, that's a plot hole. They're just trying to cover that up.
Pretty much.
Right.
Another plot hole which came up, by the way, was if the Avengers needed the Pym particles and those wrist things to navigate through the quantum realm, then how did Thanos and his entire armada come through?
Yeah. Oh wait, no, they listened in and I guess they made their own technology.
They explained it. They explained, the Russo brothers. They explained that we have to remember these are aliens, like super advanced aliens, and Hank Pym invented the Pym particles, and so Nebula, or not Nebula. Yeah, no.
Yeah,
Nebula,
it was through Nebula that they found out. They looked at the footage, I guess.
So he says that they replicated it because they're advanced, they're smart, right? They're evil geniuses, Ebony Maw and Thanos. So that's what he's saying. That's what it explains it. Okay.
It's believable.
Okay. Yeah. You just made enough to give to everyone. Okay.
Yeah, how do you bring an entire army though? That's a lot.
Exactly. And why didn't they have to have suits? Were they that advanced that they didn't even have to? Good point. And the quantum realm, they needed the GPS thing, the wrist thing. I mean, maybe their ships were built with that. Who knows, bro?
Maybe they just did the entire ship. It's a massive ship.
Yeah, exactly.
Bigger than the Avengers headquarters. Crazy.
Destroyed that shit when it came through.
Crazy. I love that scene where Captain America walks to the window and is like, "Guys, I think it worked," and then amazing.
So, I just can't get over the final battle because that was so fucking epic. Like when Captain America lifted that fucking hammer, bro,
oh my god!
I kept rewatching that part on Instagram because people always bootleg it. So I just kept rewatching that scene because Thor's getting fucked up, and then comes Captain America.
Up and you think maybe Thor's the one that's controlling it, and then you see it just.
I didn't think that. I knew somebody was lifting. I was like, "Oh, it better be Cap." And then next thing you know, boop, and then he started fucking Thanos up, bro.
Hell yeah,
that shield, he hit that shit with the hammer, made it super strong.
Crazy. Uppercutted him with the hammer.
Boom, bro.
That's a KO. How does that not instantly take you out? That's Thor's hammer.
Brought the lightning down.
Crazy.
Oh my god, I loved that scene. And then later, when he finally said "Avengers Assemble," bro, that was the icing on the cake right there. With everybody coming, with Sam just being like, "On your left." Callback to all the other movies, bro. There were so many callbacks in this movie. They really tied everything.
So Doctor Strange knew it was gonna happen the whole time.
Yeah. He
knew the 5 years was gonna pass.
Yes.
That's awesome.
And this is what I love. A lot of people don't understand this. So it's so fucking confusing too, because he gave up the time stone, and the only reason he did that is because if he didn't do that, then he knew that there was only one. So, but if he didn't do that, the Ancient One wouldn't have trusted Bruce. He wouldn't have gave him the time stone because he wouldn't have done it without a reason. It was her explanation. But I liked how that was the only reason he gave it up is so that they could get the stone after the fact. Right. And if you listen to Spider-Man, he actually said when he woke up that Doctor Strange was saying, "It's been 5 years. They need us. We need to go now." So at obviously he portaled everyone in, so he was pretty much organizing all the decimated. I feel afterward.
I always wonder, where were the people, the half the population that disappeared? Where were they? Were they in the soul?
That's the theory. I don't think we actually know.
They didn't explain that.
Yeah.
Damn.
But I feel like that'd be it. And I thought you were gonna say where did they where did they go and where did they reappear? Because like looking at it, they reappeared where they went away.
Could you imagine if like there's a car right where someone reappeared?
Oh yeah, that is true.
That's
true.
has to happen.
I mean, I guess it would work around it.
Somewhere
it's
in the
magic
universe,
gem.
it's I mean, yeah, it's the entire universe. Something like that has to happen.
Oh, what do you think about Captain Marvel in this movie, by the way?
They definitely did not use her as much as they could have.
Do you know why? They actually
she's OP. She's OP.
No. I feel like that may have it some part, but
because if she was there the entire time, like you don't need any other.
But they said that in these movies, right, they were shot before Captain Marvel was written. Because Captain Brie Larson has been chosen as Captain Marvel like since 2015. Like they revealed her, and we haven't gotten much of a word, but I'm pretty sure like it was before Captain Marvel was in production, so they didn't know how audience would react. Same thing with Black Panther. That Black Panther. That's why he wasn't in it as much, and that's why they killed him in Infinity War, because they didn't know how audiences would react to these new characters, and they ended up being like their biggest movies. And it was already too late to write more in for them.
Crazy. When did Black Panther come out in relation to Infinity War? Like, was it the movie right before?
Yeah, I think so.
It wasn't. No, Captain Marvel was the movie right before.
Captain Marvel was before Endgame.
Oh yeah. Oh, it was after Infinity War.
Yeah, like Black Panther came before Infinity War.
Okay, yeah. So they just introduced Black Panther and got rid of him that quick. Damn.
Yes, he came in February.
Were people upset about that? I would imagine they would be.
I didn't see a big outcry. I mean, people were like upset, like y'all really just introduced Spider-Man and Black Panther, and then you kill him.
Rid of him. Crazy.
Yeah. But yeah, no, Captain Marvel was definitely OP. She would have definitely just ended that so fast if she wasn't on a whole other planet. I like that she got the haircut though.
Yeah,
that was something.
Match the comics.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty good.
What else was there? Captain America, since he's old, he gave the shield to Falcon.
I didn't like that. I wish he could have gave it to Bucky instead. Yeah. It would have made more sense.
I would have preferred it to be to Bucky, just because like
Falcon's his own thing. He's got his wings. He got his.
In the comics, right? Falcon becomes Captain America, and the suit it's weird because it's red, white, and blue, but he still does keep the wings, but he also has the shield.
Okay.
So I don't know if that's what they're gonna try to do for this next.
Yeah, just have to wait and see.
This next phase 4.
The Russo brothers are out. They're done.
They're out.
Next movie. What is the Spider-Man?
Yeah, Spider-Man's the next one. That's weird. Like, Endgame was the end of the Infinity Saga, but Spider-Man's the end of Phase 3.
Okay.
And I don't know what's in Phase 4, to be honest. But they said they have like a 5-year plan, and unfortunately doesn't include the X-Men yet.
I mean, Marvel's doing it. They're basically
1.2 billion in the first weekend.
Yeah. That's crazy.
And it's only gonna get more. And a lot of people are hoping that they beat Avatar for the biggest, because Avatar still has like the most amount of money. They're hoping that it beats.
I swear, in the movie theaters when we went, I saw 2 people recording. Remember they had like.
Yeah, I remember you pointed it out. They were at the bottom. They probably were.
I mean, the demand for like pirated for that movie specifically, it has to be crazy.
We snuck in hella snacks. Anything else on the game you gotta say? Any thoughts? Criticisms? I wouldn't watch that movie in the theater again. I know a lot of people have, but I don't want to, just because like looking back to it, and I've seen people talk about it, the beginning is like a whole lot of just mourning, really.
Yeah.
And
it sort of started off slow, then got real hype real quick, and then went back to being slow. When they chopped his head off, crazy. That was insane. I did not see that coming.
Yeah, I was rewatching that scene on Instagram too, and he was just trying to cook some breakfast, bro. And Captain Marvel comes in with their photon blast and then put that dude in a chokehold.
He was picking potatoes, my guy. He literally some space potatoes. Yeah. Just a normal farmer.
Something I didn't notice when I watched the movie, she actually like put her foot, like he's so big, she put her entire foot in his palm to keep him from closing. Even though he didn't have the stone, she didn't know that. But she did that. And
wait, he still had the gauntlet.
Yeah, he still had the
it was
gauntlet.
like infused with him, right?
Oh,
I think that's what it was.
That might have been why. Yeah, I was wondering, like, why did he have the? But that was probably why, because his whole body was burned. But yeah, and then fucking Thor comes in and chops it off.
Aim for the head. They
And then
literally
he cuts his
executed
head off.
him.
They really did. That was so weird for Disney. You know what I mean? Because you saw the blood too. It wasn't like one of those PG-13 ones
Where
you
they
have to
cut away.
Yeah.
They did it. Crazy.
I
They
wonder-
showed a whole. They did some Game of Thrones shit right there.
Oh, let's talk about Game of Thrones. You watched the Battle of Winterfell, right?
Yeah, crazy. I rewatched it on
You
my.
rewatched that
Yeah,
shit?
twice
Holy
on my
crap.
phone in the dark, so I could see everything better. I was under my blankets watching it, because I missed so many things when I watched it during the day. Everything was so dark. It was so hard to see.
Yeah, I turned off my lights and everything. But
oh my god, they freaking alluded to Arya killing
Yeah,
the
I
Night
watched a
King
bunch of
in
videos
the
about that.
episode so many times. Like when the red woman comes up, she immediately looks at Arya. That's the first thing that happens.
See, I didn't have a problem with Arya killing the Night King.
I thought it was awesome. I thought it was better than Jon Snow killing the Night King.
You think?
Because
So?
that would have been predictable.
Yeah, but I would have preferred. I wanted to see a big sword fight again.
Oh yeah, that would have been cool.
Like,
but I feel
it's-
like honestly, the Night King would have butchered him. Because they've never have they fought yet? I don't think they fought. The Night
No.
King and Jon Snow.
No, not really.
Yeah.
He fought
Honestly,
a White Walker, but
yeah, he did beat the White Walker, but he wasn't the main leader. He was
exactly
just one of the guys.
That's why I wanted to see something like that, but with the actual big bad. And
Fire
this-
didn't kill him. He was
yeah.
OP as hell.
And so this dude just lifted the dead instead of fighting John. Yeah. So maybe John would have won. You know what I mean? Maybe because if he had to do that, maybe he was scared.
It's crazy to me. Like the Night King dead now. What?
know.
Like that whole threat gone in one episode?
Because it's because this whole season is short. That's
I
why
was
they had to do
watching.
it.
I think it was Jimmy Kimmel with the Russo, or not the Russo brothers, the two directors.
Yeah.
What are their names again?
I don't know, bro. I just got into it a month ago even.
They asked him, are the White Walkers gone for good? And they were like, possibly.
Ooh. Oh, and I heard that I don't know, cause I don't know the actors' names yet, cause I literally just got into Game of Thrones. I know him, cause everyone talks about him. Emily Clark, I know her, but the dude who plays Sam.
Don't know his name.
Exactly. So he said that he thinks he knows the ending, but that he saw an interview with the director saying that the actors think they know how it ends. So he's like, now I don't know for sure. So maybe they'll do something crazy, because the next thing is Cersei, right? That's what's gonna be the whole next fight, because Daenerys wants her throne. Do you think Jon wants to even be king?
Probably not. Probably not.
Because he didn't want to be king of the
yeah, he's too noble to want to do something like that.
But that makes him perfect for it. Daenerys has to die for, because I feel like Daenerys isn't gonna give it up.
Oh, also one more thing. You know how he's a Targaryen, Jon Snow. He's not a real Targaryen. He's half Targaryen, right?
Yeah.
That means Dragonfire or fire in general can hurt him, right?
Okay.
And it's proven, because I remember when I rewatched the series right before season, what is it, 9 now?
We're in 8.
We're in 8. Or before season 8 came out, I rewatched the series, and one of the early seasons, he goes and touches a lamp, right? Or like a candlelit lamp, a lantern, and he touches it, and you see that he's hurt by it. He's burned by it.
Okay.
And I just thought that was an interesting detail.
See, I thought during the fight, right, when he was about to, I don't know what this dude was thinking. He was about to go up against the dragon that they.
Yeah, he just stood there and was like.
Yeah.
He
So
got
I thought they were
hella
gonna
lucky.
reveal that he was fireproof there. I thought that's what they were.
But I don't
gonna
think they
do.
can, because
Yeah.
if they do, I'm pulling that up. I'm tweeting it at them. They can't, they got to be consistent.
Oh, something I'm wondering, right? Do you think Daenerys is immune to wildfire? Because wildfire isn't just regular fire.
Yeah, because remember she spilled like the fire in the.
Yeah, but that was just regular fire. It wasn't wildfire. Like wildfire is something else. Like it's a chemical. It burns green, for Christ's sake. You know?
Oh, that fire. Oh, my bad. I didn't. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe.
Because that's a whole different thing.
Fire is fire, right?
Nah, the colors indicate how hot it is. Like, yeah, I think blue is the hottest.
Yeah, blue's the hot, but I don't think there is anything like green fire in real life.
Yes, there is.
In real life,
there's
for real?
green, there's purple, there's like red.
For real?
Yeah, orange.
I didn't know that was a thing. I mean, it's a possibility.
It's all chemicals. It's all just the chemicals that's used for it. Well, Arya did that. and it felt like it was too quick. Like it was. Just,
Yeah, it just happened all in one.
But
I mean, they
I
like
understand
dragged it
why.
out to like the last second. Like you
Mhm.
thought it was over,
Like we say it's too quick, but the episode was an hour and a half. But
but it honestly didn't feel like that.
nah, yeah, it was actually really quick because
Just
it was so
good.
intense. It was so
So good,
intense.
yeah.
And
It's gonna go down as one.
apparently, I wasn't the only one. I thought Brienne died like 3 times.
Oh my,
because
yeah,
she
bro.
just
I
kept
swear,
screaming.
I swear they try to make it look like people died all the time,
Mhm.
and they just kept showing them.
Actually, oh my God, they killed off I can't even remember his name. The person that was with Daenerys, the old dude.
Oh yeah.
They killed
I
him.
forgot his name too.
Like what the frick?
Crazy.
I was so upset. He's been there since like day 1. You know?
He was so loyal to Daenerys,
Mm-hmm.
and she turned him away like
2 times.
2 times.
Until they
And
came
that one
back.
time she was like, "Oh, you're done for good," and then he just comes back and like,
Yeah.
good.
Because he was dying with this grayscale.
That was crazy. Honestly, what's his name? Tyrion. I feel like they're not utilizing him this much in this season.
Nah.
They're like making him seem dumber and dumber, you know? Like all his moves have been bad moves.
Mm-hmm.
You think that's leading up to something? Like he's gonna do something
maybe.
crazy? Because they gotta use. I love Tyrion. Tyrion's one of my favorite characters.
But like they didn't use him in the fight because they thought, because he's an imp or whatever,
Same with Sansa,
She's a woman.
but so is Arya.
True.
So is Brienne.
Yeah, true, but she can't fight. She doesn't know how to fight. She never learned. Arya's
How
out here.
did they not think about the crypts?
The crypts?
Yes,
Yeah.
when they were down there.
Yeah.
Tyrion of all people, that should have came to his mind immediately. You know?
Yeah, that was because a lot of them died.
Yeah.
Because they were this close to being annihilated. And here's the thing. I actually kind of wish that the White Walkers would have marched close enough for like the general population to witness instead of just these fighters at Winterfell, because no one's going to believe these dudes now. Like, they're not going to believe there was a whole big fight. I mean, sure, the Warriors are talking, but it'll become a legend like the first
Right.
one and
Oh,
the White
yeah,
Walkers.
yeah, yeah.
Eventually, that's how it all works. But they got to take down Cersei, which she might be like the Mad Queen, let's be honest. Yeah. She got a zombie working for her, for Christ's sake. I want to know how that fight's
Wait.
gonna go down.
The mountain. What color are his eyes?
They're white now, I'm pretty sure.
They're white. They're not
Yeah,
blue.
because they killed him.
They're not blue.
Are they blue?
I don't know.
I don't think so, bro.
You-
'Cause they
you
killed
think-
him. Remember he died and then the dude revived him? I'm pretty sure it was like
Exactly.
they
But
were
like,
white.
how do you just revive someone? The only way we know is through the fire god and through the Night King or White Walkers.
I don't know. He did some
I gotta
weird.
go back and look at his eyes. Also, Cersei's eyes are green.
Yes.
Remember how the Red Woman said you're
Yes.
gonna shut green eyes, blue eyes,
Yeah.
brown eyes?
But the thing is,
So
the
is
fact-
so is Daenerys' eyes.
her eyes are green.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
What
boy.
if? What
Yeah,
if?
boy.
Because I feel like if Arya kills Cersei, that'll be kind of obvious because she's been on her list since day 1. She is now prophesized to kill someone with green eyes, so it looks like it'd be Cersei, but I feel like it'd just be a little
can't
too.
be
Because
Arya
imagine
again.
she
It
getting
can't be her
imagine
again.
her getting Night King and Cersei.
It can be though.
I'd be okay with it, but it'd have to be epic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Did you know they had to reshoot the scene where Arya stabbed the Night King? They did it on set effort, or not on set, like on location at 1st, next to the Goddard tree, or what's the tree called?
I don't know.
Anyways,
I know what you're talking
they
about.
they had to reshoot it because it looked bad apparently.
That's weird.
Because I watched the behind the scenes for it. I love the behind the scenes for it. It's so cool.
They were
You
like
get all, like,
rehearsing
the-
it like,
Mhm.
all the time.
Yeah. 55 nights. That's
Oh
insane.
my god, I know.
In the cold.
I can't even.
Could not do
imagine
that. Yeah, no. Screw that.
The beginning scene though with the Dothraki when they had their fires
That was cool.
lit.
Oh my god! And
they were
then
just going. I predicted that right before it happened. I was like, watch, like they're gonna go and you're just gonna see them dwindling, and then next thing you know, one by one.
until the last, I remember it's like seeing the last light
Yes.
go out was crazy.
Yeah.
Love that.
There was people complaining that it was unrealistic for the swords to go out, that they should still be on fire even after they died. Yeah, and
I mean, it's a whole. You know what else is unrealistic?
fucking
White
dragons.
Walkers, dragons.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck out of here, you know.
Yeah, that's the whole point. But people complain about anything. Speaking of people complaining about things, did you hear about the Sonic trailer and all that?
Whack. I'm not watching that movie.
I'm
The
watching
only
that
good
movie.
part of that movie, Jim Carrey as
Yes.
Robotnik.
Yes.
Other than that, not watching that.
But this is what you might change your mind, because this is so unprecedented. The director has said they're actually changing the look of Sonic because of
really?
the outrage. Yes.
Dang.
Which is bizarre to me.
I didn't know that.
Because no one's ever done that.
Yeah, I've seen a not fan fiction, but like
Fan art, yeah.
fan art. Yeah, it looks so much better.
Yeah, but this is what you gotta think
on
about.
Twitter.
Sure, it does look better, but they're drawing it. They're not animating it into real life, right? It's not 3D.
How hard can it be though? You know, Disney does it with the big eyes.
Yeah, if you're a big company, then there should be no excuse. Let's be honest.
How much do you think they dropped for that movie?
I don't know. Not that much. Maybe
Bro,
a couple
it's
mil.
basically like Aladdin all over again. How when they first introduced Aladdin or the genie, everyone hated it. Everyone was clowning on.
But they didn't redesign Genie. They said that he did have a different look that they just didn't see yet.
And then the second trailer that dropped, they showed much Genie.
Yeah, they showed
I can't wait
Genie
to watch that
specifically because of that.
That looks awesome.
You know why I think they actually caved in to redo Sonic? Because I don't know if you know this, but out of a consequence of this trailer being so bad, there was a rebuilt hype for the Pokemon movie instead. Because it started trending because of it. Because Pokemon was being mentioned so much with Sonic that they're saying this is how you do a video game.
Honestly,
because
it looks
Pokemon
awesome.
movie does.
I'm
look
not
good.
super excited for that movie. I was never really into Pokemon. Were you ever into Pokemon?
Not crazily, but I did watch.
I never got into it. I didn't even like the TV series. It was never.
I remember watching it when I was little. I watched it a good amount, but I wasn't into it. Like I didn't do the card games or whatever. You know what I was into?
My friends, they all collected the Pokemon cards.
Yeah, I had this was like in the 5th grade, but like I had like a girlfriend that like collected. She had a booklet of Pokemon cards.
People still do that. I remember last year.
Some
maybe
of them are valuable.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah, I remember because she was doing it. I was like, I guess I should start too. And there was a Happy Meal that I got right, and they gave out. There was a Pokemon card because I guess a movie or whatever came out around that time, and so there was a Pokemon toy in it. So I just kept the card. I was like, my collection's starting here. I don't know where the fuck that card is now. But what I was into, Beyblades, bro.
Beyblades
was my shit.
Was that what you were gonna say?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
I love
into that. Beyblade.
I would always beg my parents to buy me a shit ton of Beyblades. They might even still be in the basement for all I know. But yeah, I had like 2 arenas things like.
Beyblades was the shit.
Yeah, and I used to buy a bunch of stuff, bro. And
I think the first Beyblade I got was like a rip-off brand of it. It was all plastic. Yeah. There was no metal.
Me and my brother, we got a bunch of them. We mixed and matched the parts and everything. And like, yeah.
Oh my god.
Like, we were so into it. We knew how the names worked. Like the rings were different rings. Like you had rock and then like lightning and whatever. Like the metal ring that is on the outside. That's that determines the name, and then the piece that you have on top, which whatever it is, like I remember Rock Libra was a thing or some shit like that.
It was all just plastic and metal.
And just tops. And
I remember who it was. I'm not gonna say his name, but in elementary school, this kid let me borrow one of his Beyblades, and I broke the top bit.
How?
And I just kept it. I don't even remember. I think I over tightened it or something. I don't even.
Did he not ask for it?
He did. And I just told him I broke it, and I just kept all the pieces.
Bro, if that was me, I would have asked for it back.
He might have asked for it back. I might have just said no.
You know what's crazy? In like kindergarten, right? I had Heelys, right? You remember those?
I had Heelys as well. I loved Heelys.
So this kid asked me if he could borrow my shoes because of the Heelys, and my dumbass, I didn't say yes. I was just like, I don't know, I have to ask my mom. So I asked my mom, and she yelled at me, rightfully so, you know.
Heelys were expensive. They were like, what,
I don't know.
100? I feel like I bought, no, not 100. At least $80. I remember going into the Heelys like store. They had a store.
A whole Healy store?
Yeah, or maybe
I don't
it was
remember
just
that. I
normal
think I
shoe
went to
store.
a Foot Locker and got them.
I could have sworn it was a whole Heelys store.
I wouldn't be surprised. I'm pretty sure they were on top of it. You know they still sell them.
Really?
Yeah, you can
I
buy them.
might get them again because I remember going through like the stores, like Walmart, just gliding through. It was so fun.
Yeah, they were the thing.
People would always look
Why
at
the
you. I'm
fuck-
like, yeah, that's right.
Why
I'm
the fuck
I'm
did
the
we
shit.
put wheels on like just on the inside of our shoes?
I mean, whoever thought of it, genius, because they
They were,
made
yeah.
bank out of it.
You know what someone should do? I think they actually made ones where they have like 2 wheels instead, so you don't have to.
Oh yeah.
You know, they should make a automated version, like one that.
Oh yeah, that like moves,
Like
like
a
boosted,
hover- like a
boosted
hoverboard.
wheelies. They should do a collab, yo.
Yeah, put a fucking jet engine on it.
No, that actually sounds amazing. We should do that.
Motherfucking Healy's true. Write that shit down.
Okay.
This is so fucking hilarious. So, Offset, right? He has an arrest warrant out on him, and it's the stupidest thing ever.
What?
This dude. Let me show you the clip. First.
Yeah. Nah, bro. Listen, I get that all the time.
I get this.
Like I understand. Like there was this video of X doing something like that, but he basically called whoever was recording a bitch and like, oh, you're poor. It was like,
Yeah.
your mama
apparently he was
poor,
like-
your daddy poor, shit like that.
Apparently, he said, "Get that phone out of my fucking face" right before he did this.
Yeah, bro. I would
But
be
yeah.
pissed if people were recording me all the time. That shit
Yeah.
would piss me off.
This dude is suing because apparently he broke the phone, and it's apparently that he can sue it because the phone's over $800. It's an iPhone.
Crazy.
But look, stupid.
Nah, bro. I get that.
I
Fuck that. I don't want people recording me. If I was
I know,
famous, which
but
I'm gonna be.
I think it's stupid that the dude's trying to sue him for it. Like if he was an actual like a true fan, he wouldn't have sued him for it.
You gotta
He
take
first of all, he
advantage
wouldn't have
wherever you can.
actually-
You gotta take advantage wherever you can. That Offset rich as fuck. A few thousand,
I
few milli,
guess.
not gonna hurt him.
I guess, yeah.
I'm gonna take advantage of that. Come on.
Who knows how
Listen,
much he's even gonna get?
if Offset broke your phone, you're suing him. You want that moolah? Let's be real.
You got a point. But I'm not going up to somebody and just
Yeah.
record it. Like,
You gotta have some decency, you know.
yeah, I
You
would-
see
I
a
would
famous
ask.
person, you either ask him or you'll talk to him.
Mhm.
It's that simple.
I doubt it'll ever happen. But if a famous person happened to be in a restaurant, I don't eat out at restaurants. That's why it never happened. But if I was at a restaurant and a famous person was there, I wouldn't even talk to them because they're probably just trying to
They're doing their own
eat
shit.
their shit too. But if I saw them like just walking on the street, yeah, I'll ask them. Or like a grocery store, like in that case, I'd go up to them, and ask them, and if they said no, I'd be like, all right, cool, it's whatever. But hey, fist bump though,
Yeah.
something like that.
That's for a few grand.
But I get it, like that probably happens to him all the time.
Yeah.
But I thought it was stupid that something that happened. It got people mad. All right, now let's talk about some local news here. Maybe we shouldn't say the city, right?
Probably not.
So, at our school, I think she says the name of the school in the thing. I'll just bleep it out or whatever.
Okay.
But this girl, I'm gonna pause this real quick. This girl, yeah, I'll just block it out. There was a poetry slam at our school, and my ex school. I'm do the cyber now, but whatever. We'll get into that maybe later another time. Anyways, this girl was at a poetry slam and she made a poem trying to bring some awareness to some problems that she thinks burden the school, I guess. And the rumor has it, because apparently there's an edit here that says they threatened to press charges, and I think they actually are going through with it. And
Never got an update with that. I don't know if it
yeah,
ever
see,
happened.
Katira told me that they're actually suing her.
It happened.
But
Because this did happen
that
a
was
while
one
ago.
source, and I don't know how reliable she is. No offense, Katira. But
April 3rd. Yeah, it was a while ago.
yeah, they threatened to press charges against her because she was talking about this and something. If you know me, I'm a good fan of freedom of speech. And well, let me just play you this. Did you see this video?
Yeah, it is crazy because like she goes hard. She calls him out.
Yes.
This is a letter to the administration and to anyone who cares the slightest bit about this school what being a truly means.
Our school district has been passed around like a breadbasket on Thanksgiving dinner from superintendent to superintendent, from principal to principal. Now, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but there are quite a few things wrong with the current state of the fights. Everyone's seen at least one that was made sure of at the Carry the Love assembly. But they didn't really seem to crack down until outsiders got a glimpse of what
The Carry the Love assembly was a fight.
It was JD, wasn't it?
I don't know if it was exactly, but I think it was him. I'm pretty sure. You could always ask him, you know.
The classes. Why is it that when most of the class does poorly on the test, they're told study harder, as if it's their fault that teachers teach through ed puzzles and packets? On the subject of bad teachers, I was once told that if there's ever a school shooter, she's abandoning us and hopes we get there. Teachers call on students they don't know that answer, just to feel some small amount of power in their life. This does not help us. The dress code. Why is it that I can't show my shoulders because it might turn someone on, but guys can wear pants that sag so low I can see their underwear? It's 2019. If we're going to have a dress code, it should be equal consistently. This does not help us. And the color-coded bathrooms, like treating us like kindergartners, will fix everything. Newsflash. People are still drooling in bathrooms. This does not help us. We're getting a new scheduling system next year, where everyone has the same lunch, and you thought the fights were bad now. This does not help us. We have slushies as an alternate for fruit. Girls give guys hand jobs in foods class, cross-country, golf. Girls lacrosse and field hockey barely get any recognition. Students who write letters to the administration get called down for a talking to. I am allowed to express my opinion. Before you silence us, think about the truth in what we're saying.
The fact that she said before you silence us, and they're trying to sue her.
Yeah, crazy.
So, couple things in there that I kind of want to talk about.
Yeah,
right.
I don't know how much of it is true.
Yeah.
Like the whole hand job in the foods class. I don't know if that's ever happened.
But we know for a fact that a blowjob has happened.
Yeah.
We're not gonna say names, but
I don't even know who it was, to be honest.
You don't know who? I'll tell you after.
Okay.
But there was this girl in our grade.
Yeah. Was she in our grade?
Yes, she was in our grade. She was giving some head to some dude in, like underneath the stairs in like this wing, and because they got caught, obviously, and because of that, that's actually when we started getting like the guards that walk around the school. Was it really? Yeah, that was when we got like 1 aide at that time. When that happened, I think it started out with just teachers roaming the halls, and then eventually they started hiring aides, and now we got full-blown security guards, right? See, all right, so to make it clear, I haven't been to school in like 2 years or something like that. I started doing the cyber. I'm still part of that school, but I don't go there anymore. But Nabil over here, he still does, so he knows a lot more about this. So tell me about the color-coded bathrooms, because I was not there for that at all. They put, all right, another thing. So after Parkland, they have put a bunch of regulations.
Security improved crazy. Like they got police officers that we have our own police officer. He has his own office.
Yeah, I see his car parked in the parking lot all the time.
There'll be extra officers sometimes on some days. I don't see him every day, but I know there are more than one officer there. What else? I want to talk about the color-coded bathrooms. That was funny because that happened. I think the beginning of second semesters they introduced that because I think they had a problem with people just like roaming around throughout the day, like through Flex.
What she says is because of the drooling thing.
Was it really?
Yeah, like that. I'm pretty sure
that would help because every time I go in, 3 to 4 guys.
Exactly. That's what she says in there too. That it still didn't even help.
But the funny thing is, right? Our hallway was called the brown hallway, the brown bathroom.
Why?
You don't get that? There was the white bathroom. There was a brown bathroom.
For what? For kids, bro?
For the hallways, bro. You don't get it? Because, like, racist brown hallway. Oh, okay. There was a white hallway.
So that's what I meant. Like,
I thought it was just funny because, like, there was different colors and they just so happened to have a brown hallway. And then the next day, like, me and one of my friends talked about that, right? We talked about it in front of the teachers. The next day they changed it. They blue and something. Yeah, I thought that was funny.
Well, I find it kind of interesting, but also the bar about the whole juuling thing that's been going on. Like this has been sweeping the nation, right? Like all the adults are flipping the fuck out about this juuling situation.
They basically got rid of smoking in the bathroom through with cigarettes, and now they just brought it back with juuling.
Yes, so it's so bizarre because these Juuls have so much nicotine in them.
Crazy.
Like
It's
60, 70 milligrams.
way more
for
than a cigarette.
For a Juul pod,
Yeah, yeah. There are kids that are addicted.
Yes.
That are
yes.
fiending.
Addicted.
Fiending.
You know, Juul was actually got into problems because they were thinking they were kind of purposely advertising towards children because their ads were kind of colorful, and that's why they had to get rid of so many flavors. Now they only got like menthol and
Really?
yeah, just
I mean, people still have them.
yeah. I mean, they're still gonna get them. It's that nicotine they're looking for, not the taste, really.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it's just weird, but she was saying it doesn't work, and obviously it doesn't if you still see people, and I believe that because you'll just go to your color-coded bathroom to Juul, like what the heck.
I don't even know if it was for that reason. The reason that I got
Yeah.
was because people were roaming the hallways and they didn't want people just going wherever.
Had they talked about juuling at school? I don't think so. Maybe they're trying to keep it under wraps. Maybe they're just not trying to.
I mean, most
tell
teachers
people
know.
about
The
it,
thing
you know
is,
what I mean?
most teachers know that it happens. Like,
Yeah.
let's be real. It's hard not to because it happens in locker rooms, happens in the
See,
bathrooms.
When I like right before I left, juuling started to become a thing. Like only a few people had them, you know.
I think I remember the first time that I saw one. It was in the locker room. Yeah, someone offered it to me. I was a little confused as to what it was.
Yeah, it's crazy. But now it's like everybody's doing Juul because you just get hooked
Even
on
like
it.
people that you wouldn't think would
Yeah,
do that are doing it. White girls be doing it.
Yeah. What else does she talk about in this? What else she said? Let me replay this here.
Superintendent to superintendent, from principal to principal. Now, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but there are quite a few things wrong with the current state of the fights. Everyone's seen at least one that was made sure of at the Carry the Love assembly.
Okay, the assembly.
Oh, there was an
fight.
assembly. This
Yeah,
is the
so-
most ironic thing ever. So there was an assembly about like carry the love, be kind to one another, and in the middle of that assembly of all assemblies, there was a fight. That's crazy.
Well, you know what's funny? I think I know the person who it was because I think
Yeah.
I'm
We could
not
always
gonna
ask
say
him.
the
We
name.
should ask him next time we see him if it
Yeah.
was him.
Because I think my brother told me, because he's friends with my brother, and he comes over to the house all the time, and I'm pretty sure they told me that it was him that he was fighting, but I'm not sure. So we'll ask him. But if that's true, that's hilarious. You know what I mean? But it is. How often do fights happen at school now? Because like I only saw a couple when I was there.
I think there was one the other day actually. yeah, I'm not even gonna lie. Like last week, I think there was one.
So she was saying that next year, luckily we're gonna be, out of there.
Yeah.
But
They're canceling open lunch, and they're
yes.
so right now they have lunch separated into 3 periods because it's just too big of a school. You know, they can't fit everyone in the lunchroom.
But somehow next year they're gonna be able to.
They're getting rid of open lunch, which allows students to go like only juniors
and seniors, yeah.
juniors and seniors to go out and go out to eat.
It has to be within walking distance. You can't go in your car because if you were getting in an accident, they'd be reliable or whatever. And you're trying to avoid that suit, so you walking distance.
So their solution to that is bring food carts in and just get rid of the open lunch program. Yeah. Primarily for safety.
But that's such a problem because everybody in the same lunch. I feel like it's just gonna increase fights.
I think I forget what they're calling it.
And didn't they say they're gonna have like a kind of recess type of thing where
Yeah.
you like go to the gym to play or something after you're
And
done eating or
everyone
whatever?
doesn't have to eat in the lunchroom. People can eat in the lobby, in classrooms, wherever, basically.
That's so bizarre. That's so weird. And not to even mention, right, this whole one lunch. If a school shooter situation were to happen, wouldn't that be like the best time? Everybody in the same place?
No, not everyone's gonna be in the same place.
Well, yeah, if it's gonna be,
And yeah,
but
I mean they're taking
a good amount are gonna still be in the lunchroom.
I assume that everything they do, they take that into account.
You think so?
Safety. I think that's. I would hope that that's their primary concern.
I haven't been there in a while, bro. I don't even know what they're doing. Like, I remember I had a meeting with my guidance counselor, and I asked her, like, because you guys had when the whole locker situation happened, where you got less time between classes, and they made lockers mandatory to use because of this whole school shooter thing that had with
Well,
So
what was the event that happened?
I'm pretty sure it was Parkland. Parkland affected her school so bad. uh, so yeah, they made it mandatory to go to the lockers, and it's so stupid because even then, if everybody has to go to the lockers between classes, again, a school shooter right there, you know. And I asked my guidance counselor, this is what I was getting to, why instead didn't they just put metal detectors? Because you could take a gun in your bag, put it in your locker, wait, and then get it. But if I know metal detectors isn't the good solution because that's still bad. You know, it's treating everybody like criminals. But it's still safer than making the whole day inconvenient. You know
Some
what I mean?
schools do have metal detectors,
Yeah.
and honestly, I think it would be a better idea.
Yeah, I think they haven't done that here because things aren't that bad here. We're not like that. Our school isn't like that, like how it is in the city. Like that, like they have metal detectors, and yeah, things haven't gotten like that. But I don't think even anyone's really brought a weapon, as far as I know.
Yeah, I don't think so. Because honestly, you have to be stupid to even think about something like that.
Yeah.
Stupid. You know?
Yeah, I know. Like, you gotta be in a certain mindset for that shit. Like, even to just like bring, if you're not even gonna use, you know what I mean, just to bring something.
They
like,
introduced so many programs for it. There's this program that they made mandatory, like everyone had to sit down and watch a video. Wow. Safe to say program, like anonymous tips and reporting, to where like you can tip and report and not be associated at all.
Makes sense.
Which was cool, but like you had to download it in an app, and I guarantee you,
no
one downloaded an app. No one.
It's like, I got only 16 gigs on my phone. Like, what are you talking about? Exactly. Not me though. I got the 256, but.
What else? Android, SD.
Yeah,
that's right.
They didn't really seem to crack down until outsiders got a glimpse of what is really like, and their punishment, 10 days of out-of-school suspension, if they actually get a punishment. All I'm hearing is more time to play video games. This does not help us. The classes. Why is it that when most of the class does poorly on the test, they're told study harder, as if it's their fault the teachers teach through ed puzzles and packets?
Oh, that's another thing. Ed puzzles and stuff. The whole rotation thing that they had, bro. Do they still do that?
Yeah, some classes they do. I forget what class.
Everybody hates that, and
yeah, it's not.
And not everyone can learn like that. And she has a point there.
On the subject of bad teachers, I was once told that if there's ever a school shooting...
This is wild.
That's wild.
This is wild.
I've never had that happen to me, because like every time...
I never heard of that.
yeah. Every time we do talk about that in school, we're always like now you know how before you're supposed to run away and like hide and stuff. Mm-hmm. Now we have now they tell us to like...
Yeah. You're supposed
if
to
you
fight
can,
back now.
if you can fight back. If you,
what?
First option is to run away.
Yeah.
And if you can't do that, you're supposed to fight, close, like block the doors, everything like that.
Yeah. No, I'm not doing. If I was still in school and that were to happen, bro, I'm sorry, I'm not dying for anybody else. Like, there's a reason I left, bro. I do not really like anyone there that much. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not dying for y'all. I'm out, bro.
Outie.
Can't even. No question about it.
Gone.
Mm-hmm. But that's why I have never heard of a teacher at right?
Yeah, that's correct. I don't even know who would say some shit.
Yeah, I'm wondering who that is. And I don't want to say that she's lying, but like, I feel like maybe they said it jokingly here in a way. And
yeah. People took it out of context.
Yeah, maybe.
Honestly, there are some things that I don't agree with. Like the whole dress code thing. She was talking about how double stand. You know how she was saying the whole saggy bit? No one does that anymore. Yeah, no one does that. That's like an old trend. And honestly, I'm not a girl, obviously. It doesn't impact me that much. But I don't see people complaining about that nowadays. Like people wear like shoulder revealing things, spaghetti straps. They don't get.
Cause no one gives a fuck. That's the thing. These schools are so weird, bro. They think that these shoulders from these teens are turning them on.
No, what I'm saying is I don't think the schools even do anything about it anymore. They just don't care.
They just don't care.
Unless it's like crazy bad. Because I've seen people with like girls with like revealing clothing. Mm-hmm. It's fine. But obviously, not a girl. Never had to experience anything like that.
I think I think this happens sometimes, but I wouldn't know, but some teachers like don't even say anything just because it's awkward. Like if especially male teachers, they're not gonna say something to a girl because then they'd be like they were looking or whatever. You know what I mean? I think that's happened a couple times, and that's why they just don't care. But now I'm with should I bleep that later? I don't know.
Probably.
All right. Well, apparently
I don't want no lawsuits.
yeah, anyways, the principal, she's putting a lot of changes in right now because the principal, by the way, I don't like her that much, but I used to like her, right? Because she started off as a biology teacher. She worked her way up. I gotta say she kind of earned her way up. She
was a good teacher.
job.
I had her as a teacher. She was a great teacher, honestly.
Yeah, like we were in the same class.
Oh yeah,
biology.
That's right.
And then
Good old days.
She was cool, but
I learned a lot in that class. I love the way she taught.
Yeah, and then she was assistant principal, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then
she officially became principal. Yeah.
Like, and that's what she's talking about in the video, like that it's just been handed into to principal. Like they haven't.
Yeah, now we have a new superintendent.
I remember like the superintendent was he was more lenient with like days off when we had snow days and stuff. They gave you mad snow days.
Yeah, he didn't tack it on.
Yeah,
which I'm grateful for.
That's good.
I don't want to lecture. I don't even think it would have mattered anyways because I'm senior.
Yeah. Anyways, let's see what else she says here. I think we covered everything that she talked about, but yeah, let me talk about my own experiences with the school. Remember that one time? So this one time, right? I was at lunch and the people we're sitting with, they took my phone, hid it away from me, just being dickheads, whatever. And so I stood up, because I was like looking around them because I knew they took it. Like, where the else would it go? And so I don't know how their sleight of hand was mad good because I think they were passing it back and forth and shit while I was searching them. And so obviously, standing up at lunch is gonna get the attention of the aides that are around. And so they came up to me and asked me. So I just told them, oh, they took my phone. And so they went and got like the assistant principal at the time, and they ditched the phone. Like they put it underneath the table on the floor. And I saw it when they were talking to us, right? That's why they ditched it, because they were right there. They weren't leaving until I got my phone back or whatever. And so I saw it there, and with my foot, I just grabbed it, slid it towards me, and I was gonna wait till they left.
Why didn't you just pick it back up?
Because I wanted them to get scared, be like, hey, don't touch my shit again.
Okay.
And so this dumb ass girl that was sitting next to us was just like, it's under your foot. And I was like, fuck. And so the assistant principal looked at me like it was like a look like I was making all this shit up. Like it looked like that. And so I was like, what, did you think I stole my own fucking phone? And so that's all, like I literally just said fucking, that's it. And it makes me mad because like it's just language. It's just a language. What makes a bad word? We say it is. But yeah, I get it. There's a whole stigma. I got whatever the fuck, I said that one word. Guess what? I got in school suspension. The people that took my phone, nothing. And I went to the then assist. No. Whatever. I don't even know what she was at the time. Who's the principal now?
I don't remember. Yeah, I know. But like, I don't remember what she was back then.
Well, dean of students. She was dean of students. Yeah. And so I went to her like the next day because, I had my in-school suspension scheduled and all that. And I asked her, so what's going to happen to the people that took my phone? And she was like, we'll look into it. Never again.
Yeah, no, that's not something they'd care about.
It was stupid because I said a bad word. What the fuck?
Teachers gross all the time.
I know.
They do it in front of us sometimes.
Yeah, because
I know a certain teacher, I'm not gonna say her name, but she does it all the time.
It is just
and then she'll get butthurt when
students
yeah. It's funny.
Of course. But I just thought that was stupid. Like they don't truly have the school's intentions, like the students' intentions at heart, because they make everything a lot more convenient or inconvenient, I should say. But I dipped, so anything you gotta say about them?
Nah, bro, it was just high school. 4 years went by real quick. Tried not to. I was like, like one of the academic kids in the beginning of the year, and as the years went by, I just became more on my own, more independent. Stopped talking to people. you know, things like that.
Yeah. Can't say I'm happy with my experience. 1 star. Right.
Honestly, they didn't prepare us for life at all, but they prepared the hell out of post-secondary education, like college and stuff like that. They prepared us for that like crazy, but not for real life. And that's super unfair because there are some people not going to college and that are going into life right after high school.
Exactly.
That's what they should have focused on.
That's why they had career tech and all that. But I say that's bullshit, right? Because let's say you had a super genius or whatever, right? That could take honors English or whatever the hell. If they, let's say they were smart, but let's say they were just like, they didn't have money to go to college, then they wanted to go straight to work, right? They're not going to take career tech or, the lowest one because that isn't as good as, you know what I mean? Like, even though it's a credit for English, it's not a good credit. Like, it's hard to describe.
Right. But like,
I don't think that
there's
happens.
AP and stuff like that. And also, if you're smart, you're usually going. And if you're smart, you're trying in school. You can't be smart and not trying. There's just no way. You'll be. Like, say you are smart, you're super smart, but you don't have money to afford college. There's financial aid. Yeah. And the more smart you are, the more money you'll get. The more poor you are.
We could see what's trending on Twitter right now. Do our Twitter tag talk. I should make like a logo or something for that Twitter tag talk. But let's see what's trending right now. What's happening? Where the fuck is the mouse? All right, the moments. Is this the right thing? Am I tripping? Yeah, today. All right, so let's see what's relevant. OnePlus had a phone. So they didn't want to pay for the IP rating, right? To say if it's IP67.
You have to pay for that?
Yeah, you have to pay for it. It's like a license or whatever. You have to get it done.
So they just
that's cool. They didn't want to do it, but they said that it's kind of they said it's waterproof, but they also put a disclaimer saying that
not IP
they're not reliable if it does get water damage. But every phone does that, even if it is IP68 rating.
Honestly, OnePlus, great company. If I didn't get a Galaxy, that's what I would have gotten.
They're just like they recently, like in recent years, started making an impact in the U.S. because they were big in China. But now the thing that I started not really liking about OnePlus is that before they were more of like the budget phone, and they still kind of are. They're on the lower end, but they have increased their price. But that makes sense. The bigger you get, the more.
Right, but they're still a good budget because now like the flagships 1,000+, crazy.
Yeah. I'm seeing this shit, which is crazy. This started trending last night on Twitter, but. So North Korea launched a short-range missile. So these peace talks that he's been having with Trump, apparently they didn't go well. According to South Korea, they did it. And I guess this now goes that Trump is revoking his support for Kim Jong-un now. Because remember, they were so in love.
No, it says reiterates.
Reiterate support?
Meaning he's still supporting him. Yeah. He's saying that.
Oh, yeah. He voiced confidence. Kim Jong-un would not break his promise after South Korea and Pyongyang. What? But they just... Hold up. Let's see if he tweeted about it. Anything in this very interesting world is possible, but I believe that Kim Jong-un fully realizes the great economic potential of North Korea and will do nothing to interfere or end it. He also knows that I am with him and does not want to break his promise to me. Deal will happen. What? You know what I think? Because... apparently, according to Michael Cohen, his attorney at the time, he didn't think he was going to win the election. I think he's just trying to avoid a war. I don't think he wants to go into a war. You know what I mean? Like, he wants to be a little big dick boy and all, but I don't think he truly wants to be World War III just because the president has to command the army. First of all, we'd fucking lose. Do you think they'd give him or do you think he'd have people to be like that?
He'd have generals and, officials with him.
Yeah, but in the end, he has the say-so. He has the final call. You know what I mean? Like, even if has all the generals be like, hey, we need to, go straight, flank them or whatever.
No way.
Just rush them.
No way. I don't think he's dumb enough to be like, oh, I'm in control.
But that's the thing. Like, I think he's smart enough to try to avoid. That's why he's just kissing ass. You know, Kim Jong Un and Putin recently met. Yeah, they had a
That's
meeting,
a power couple.
and apparently he I don't know if this is true. Apparently he asked him to not meet with him, but I'm not sure if that was true or not.
Dang.
And another thing, apparently Donald Trump talked to Putin about the Mueller investigation. They were like on the phone for like an hour or something, according to some sources. These launches are crazy though. I'm pretty sure a lot of people are scared right now. That's why this is a big because North Korea, they have nuclear missiles, and if they they haven't launched a missile or tested a missile since November 2017 when the talks began with Trump. And not too long ago in the last summit, Kim Jong-un quickly left. So they thought that it went bad. And now it kind of seems like that's what happened if they're starting testing up again. And that can only what the fuck did he say to him? Like I feel like he might have just said some racist shit by accident. Like I'm just trying to think like what could he have done? Like maybe they just couldn't come to an agreement, with nuclear arms. Cuz if you're a country, you're gonna want nuclear arms. You know what I mean? Even though they're a dictatorship, they're bad, obviously. To them, they want to protect themselves, I guess. So why wouldn't they fight for that? But yikes.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Enough about Trump because there's some heated arguments to be made.
Yeah.
And hey man, one more year. We'll see. Bernie all the way. 2020.
Exactly. We're voting. Finally, we're 18 and we're going to be able to vote this time around. Let's see. A lot of people think he's going to win again, which fucking terrifies me because now it's not like it's been crazy bad. It hasn't been complete mania, but it kind of has.
I mean, we're still here.
Yeah. But the way everyone talks about it, like it's always in the news. Like look at it, it's just trending.
This is something I said I think the first year of his presidency. I said that I didn't care. I could care less that he's president because I feel like it won't affect me that much. And that's held true. It hasn't done anything to me.
We're not
obviously I'm not paying for taxes and shit like that, but
not to that
maybe now I'll care that I'm 18 and I'm gonna have to be paying bills and shit soon.
Yeah, we're probably gonna start seeing these impacts in the future years. And on H3's podcast, right, they said that he thinks it's always been this crazy. It's just now we're getting into it. You know what I mean? Because before
social media, because people can talk about it more.
So when Obama was elected in 2008, I was a kid. I think I was in third grade or something like that. I was
completely oblivious. I knew that he was becoming president because I would see it on TV, and there was this campaign where it was oh, kids can vote. Obviously they couldn't, but on Nick and shit like that, they'd be oh, vote for Obama,
Yeah.
And Obama would come on and talk about that.
Apparently, I didn't know this until maybe a year ago or something like that. But apparently, there was a lot of protests and outrage, just as there was with Trump, but with Obama. And of course, they were more racist and racially motivated because black guy in the White House.
I guarantee you, there was some fucking KKK member out there being like, "Oh, America's gone.
Yeah, for sure.
Gone to shit now."
For sure, they were flipping out, and I saw some pictures from that time, and there was
what has this world come to?
They were having dolls or whatever, paper mache dolls of him, and they were
burning him.
Burning them. And
crazy.
Stuff, which is crazy.
I don't think I'd sell anything like that for Trump. I mean, but
there's been crazy stuff for Trump. That's
really? Like what?
Remember when Kathy Griffin had a decapitated head of him?
Really?
I don't
remember that.
She got so much backlash from it because she held up a decapitated head.
That's not cool. I don't care how bad of a president. That's not cool in any situation.
She got a lot of shit for that because it was so graphic. You saw blood coming down from it. Yeah, it was for a photo shoot.
That's not cool.
Yeah.
Even if it is Trump, not cool.
I know.
He's just the guy, just the self-made billionaire.
He just happens to be racist and his policies are stupid.
Just one of the guys.
Yeah. Let's see here. Apex Legends, their player ban reached almost 800,000 already because because people cheat. And so they look, it's they've just been banning people all the time. It's funny. Anyways, what else is going on? Firefox lost their ad. They had a glitch, whatever. Oh shit! A plane went off the runway. Yeah.
Oh, you know what that reminds me of? The whole Boeing thing with their.
Oh yeah, that the 747 Max.
I don't remember the exact model, but you know there was a whole series of crashes in the same month.
No, I don't think it was the same month.
But around the same time, yeah, which is very unusual.
It was like 2 crashes, and they figured out the problem. So
it was software, yeah.
No, it wasn't software.
No.
So it was part software.
I saw a Vox video for it.
Yeah,
that explained everything.
Yeah, like the engines were too far up because the rival company for them. I can't remember.
They installed a bigger engine onto that thing, and the software was supposed to take that into account. And apparently, it nosedives.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it does.
Yeah.
But the software messed up or something, and it just kept going. Mm-hmm. And the pilots couldn't figure it out because they didn't train them and stuff for it. Yeah, they didn't.
And but it's because they said that they didn't need that much training. That was supposed to be the whole great thing about this new plane, right? That you didn't need to reteach everybody everything.
You know what you need to do now? Mm-hmm. Buy Boeing stock. Like now. Buy
right now.
I checked the other day, one stock is like 300.
That's not bad.
I mean, it's basically already back to what it was before a few months ago. But I guess you should have bought stock a while ago because it dipped. It dipped down. Wow. We could have made bank from that.
Probably.
Yeah. Because think about it. It's Boeing. They're just going to... Yeah. They've made...
Who else is going to make planes?
Bro, they were the ones who supplied planes to America for World War II, I think it was.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, they've been around forever. And what are you going to do? Not ride a 747? Exactly. What the fuck? It's like every plane.
Every plane.
We have yet to really see a whole big
start
innovation.
A fucking aviation company.
Yeah, fucking Nabil and Oswald Air. But this this plane, seems to ran off the runway and went into the water here. Look at this. Breaking plane down St. John's River, commercial jet, 136 passengers, 7 crew members. It skidded off the runway. How does this even happen? It just didn't fly? They just kept going? He's never seen an incident like this. What the fuck? Yeah. I don't know what the last time this has ever happened. It hit the ground. They were landing. That's what happened. I thought it was they're trying to take off. and they just kept going. They didn't start flying. I thought that's what happened. I think this is where it was going.
So what else is there to talk about? You got anything else?
Nothing else that's not on Twitter here, which I'm seeing a Star Wars Day. May the 4th be with all y'all. Some sports stuff, but what are sports? You know what I mean? Something doesn't seem like anything crazy. Nah, I think we pretty much covered a lot of the stuff we wanted to cover. We've been going on for a while. I don't know, but it's been a while.
Yeah. Should I check?
Sure. Watch your phone be dead. Is it dead?